All right, hey y'all, Andrea from Andrea Speaks TV. I'm back to bringing news and commentary you can use. Listen, y'all, sit down because I want to tell you something very important. I just got this information. It's hot off the press, okay? Now, according to my sources, okay, the FBI director, okay, is sounding the alarm, okay, issuing a warning saying that Chinese hackers, okay, are preparing to, and I quote, physically wreak havoc, okay, on the U.S. critical infrastructure. All right, let's see what's going on, and I want to know your thoughts, okay? According to sources, Chinese hackers are developing the ability to let me start over. Chinese hackers are developing the, and I quote, ability to physically wreak havoc on our critical infrastructure here in the United States, y'all, at a time of its choosing. Okay, now this is according to FBI Director Christopher Wray, who said this week. Okay, he added that the hackers are waiting, and I quote, for just the right moment to deal a devastating blow. Okay, listen, y'all, a lot of people have, before I go even further, right? A lot of people, for many different reasons, for valid reasons, have concerns about China. Some people, to go even a little further back, have concerns, particularly during the time of the pandemic. It was said, or it has been said, that China made a lot of money off of the U.S., whether it was through the exchange of goods, services, products related to the pandemic, solar panels, solar energy, things like that, among other things, right? So there have been many concerns, valid concerns, right? Where people are saying, hey, over a period of time, China has, they have built themselves up, okay? And a lot of people are concerned about that. There are even concerns, as I have shared in covering the migrant and border crisis, that there are now people coming into our country for whatever reason, right? They're coming from China, okay? There are also reports that China has been buying up land, specifically U.S. farmland, okay? And from my understanding, there are even some talks now in different cities and different communities to where they're trying to prevent that or stop that from happening, okay? Listen to this, y'all. Now, the hacking campaign, okay, my sources say known as Volt Typhoon, has embedded itself successfully in several American critical infrastructure companies that include telecommunications, energy, and water, and others, he said. Okay, what do you all think about this information? Is this a reason to be concerned? What's the real solution? Okay, now, FBI Director Christopher Wray went on to say, and I quote, its plan is to land low blows against civilian infrastructure to try to induce panic. Okay, what have we been saying, y'all? When they can instill fear in the people, what can they do? They can also control. Okay, hold on just a minute, y'all. It's the second one, the one with the signal at the top, that bar right there. Okay. All right, y'all. Now listen, a Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson said this week that Volt Typhoon is a part of a criminal ransomware group and is not related to the government. Okay. He also went on to say, our FBI director said, and I quoted, some in the U.S. have been using origin tracing of cyber attacks as a tool to hit and frame China, claiming the U.S. to be the victim while it's the other way around, and politicizing cybersecurity issues. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I misquoted that. Okay. That's not a quote by our FBI director, Christopher Wray. That was actually a statement from the Chinese embassy. Okay. So let me take that back. Let me go back and restate this, okay? The Chinese embassy in Washington, D.C. said in a separate statement, and I quote, some in the U.S. have been using origin tracing of cyber attacks as a tool to hit and frame China, claiming the U.S. to be the victim while it's the other way around, and politicizing cybersecurity issues. Okay, what do you all think about that statement? Now, Microsoft and Google security experts have previously linked the hackers to China, and our FBI director, Christopher Wray, said the effort is connected to the U.S.-Chinese tensions around Taiwan. Okay, from my understanding, I could be wrong, not to get too far into it, but from my understanding, China somehow, they claim Taiwan, right, or claim the land, or the, whatever they call it. and they don't want the U.S. to be involved with Taiwan. Okay. Now, Ray also gave a similar warning to lawmakers on Capitol Hill back in February, saying that Chinese hackers are intending to, and I quote, wreak havoc and cause real world harm to American citizens and communities. Okay, Ray and other government officials were testifying in front of the House Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party for a hearing titled, and you can do your research on this. It's titled, and I quote, "The Chinese Community Party Cyber Threat to the American Homeland and National Security." Okay, Ray told Christopher Wray, FBI director, told lawmakers at the time, and I quote, "There has been far too little public focus on the fact that PRC, or the People's Republic of China, hackers are targeting our critical infrastructure, our water treatment plants, okay, our electrical grid, our oil and natural gas pipelines, our transportation systems, and the risk that poses to every American requires our attention now." Okay, so he sounded the alarm saying, hey, this is what's in the works. These are things that have been happening. Now, whether you know it or not, okay, a lot of these systems, water treatment plants, okay, the electrical grid, oil and natural gas pipelines. You may say, okay, well, Andrea, how are they able to tap in and control it? A lot of these things are controlled. They're computerized. Okay, you can press a button and you can control whether water is turned on at this facility or not, or the amounts and levels of different things that they add to the water. You can press a button and disconnect someone's electricity at their home, or you can press a button or type something in and turn it back on. A lot of these systems, y'all, are controlled by computers. Okay. And as I have said before, as technology advances, so does giving up things like privacy and security as well sometimes. Okay. Let me know your thoughts on this story. Okay. So he's sounding the alarm. Ray also went on to say that, and I quote, "Today and literally every day, Chinese hackers are actively attacking our economic security, engaging in wholesale theft of our innovation and our personal and corporate data." Okay. He concluded by saying, this particular article concludes by saying, and I quote, this was also part of his him testifying, okay, before the Senate hearing. Ray testified, and I quote, "And they don't just hit our security and economy, they target our freedoms, reaching inside our borders across America to silence, coerce, and threaten our citizens and residents." Y'all, that's what they're saying is going on and what's coming, okay? So certainly, we talked about here on the channel about how there have been cyber attacks and other, attacks. And there are a lot of questions surrounding them. So the fact that we have someone, the director, not just someone, right? We have the director of the FBI sounding the alarm saying, hey, there's not enough public focus. Remember, they want our attention to be on this story, that story. A lot of times they don't want us to really know what's really going on. Okay. So think about this, y'all. While we're sending money over here, helping this country, doing this for this country's people, allowing people from all over the world, right, to come into our country without going through the proper legal channels and things like that. That's where the focus is, it seems, amongst other things. Not on, it does not seem, to me, it does not appear that the focus is on protecting the American people and putting America first, okay, as it even relates to our national security. Okay, let me know your thoughts, y'all. Very concerning story, one that I think we need to pay attention to. I want to know your thoughts. Okay, take care, be blessed. I'll see you in the next video.